Multiplying with integers. We're going to multiply as we usually do, except we need to pay attention to the signs. So if the signs are the same, we end up with a positive product. If the signs are different, we end up with a negative product. So let's try some. 6 times 5, same sign, so we end up with a positive. 6 times 5 becomes 30. Next one, negative 4 times negative 3, and we generally put that second one in parentheses just so we can make sure we notice that that's a negative and it doesn't blur in with the operation. So negative times a negative, we have two signs that are the same, so we will end up with a positive. 4 times 3 gives us 12. Next question, we have negative 12 times 2, we have a negative times a positive. They are different signs, so we'll end up with a negative product. Negative here, 12 times 2, 24. So we end up with negative 24. And our last example, 5 times 4, negative 4, I've got opposite signs again, so I'm going to have a negative when I'm done. 5 times 4 gives me 20. That's multiplying. Let's try dividing, which is pretty straightforward as working with multiplying. We're going to divide as usual. Same signs, we have a positive. Different signs, we have a negative quotient. Let's look at a few examples. Notice I'm showing division here with a fraction bar. I would like you to start to get used to using the fraction bar for division, not this line with two dots. That tends to get confusing when we're working in algebra. So most of these I'm going to show you with a fraction bar. 26 divided by 2, positive and a positive. That means I have a positive quotient. 26 divided by 2 gives me 13. Negative 49 divided by negative 7. I've got a negative divided by a negative. That's going to give me a positive. 49 divided by 7, as usual, gives me 7. Next example, negative 120 divided by 12. Notice I have a negative and a positive, two different signs, so I'm going to end up with a negative quotient. 120 divided by 12 is 10, so I end up with a negative 10. So I pay attention to the sign and the quotient separately from each other. And the last one, which I've written out using that good old-fashioned division symbol, 48 divided by negative 16. Again, a positive and a negative. We've got different signs, so we'll end up with a negative quotient. 48 divided by 16, positive 3. So I end up with a negative and a 3.